Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. Crypto carnage coming from Michael Branch here, over 800 million wiped out in market plunge. And guys, it's looking as though we are still plunging. The recent market plunge has sent shockwaves through the crypto industry, resulting in hundreds of millions of dollars being wiped out in a matter of hours. So guys, who's afraid? Who is looking at their portfolio dwindling at the moment, going down 5-10%, and thinking to themselves, uh-oh, did I make a mistake not selling? The price of Bitcoin has retreated violently to a weekly low of $67,500 after a few days of showing remarkable advances and setting new all-time highs. And then we have the altcoin market, guys. Altcoins have experienced a significant decline as well, resulting in nearly 200,000 traders making liquidations during the last 24 hours. So we did recently see the market start to move up again, although now we're just kind of, trading sideways. Pretty much over the last 7 days, we've seen Bitcoin down about 4.15%. Ethereum is down to 9.32%. BNB coin's actually up. Solana as well up over the last 7 days, 31.59%. It seems as though cryptocurrencies like Solana, it seems as though that's the only one that is really kind of taking off right now, even though the market cap is down a little bit, $2.54 trillion. So that is down by 2.8%. Crypto trading volume, though, that's up to 153.29 billion. Bitcoin dominance still holding strong, so Bitcoin's still leading the charge. But guys, you can see extreme greed receding even more. Now at 82. Yesterday, I think we had it at 89 or 87. And a few days ago, it was in the 90s. So are you getting scared? Is there a need to get scared? This one from Cyclop here posting this. Biggest bull run in crypto history is just getting started. So this is the thing, guys. If you are new to this space, remember, you're going to be expecting these kinds of corrections more and more in the coming months. He says you can make 2 to 5x with Ethereum and Bitcoin, but with altcoins, much more is possible. I didn't want to go over his potential coin list, but I will link this in the description of the video for you. This is alt season 2024. Right now, we are in the belief phase, and we have not even hit euphoria yet because we are not even close to the Bitcoin halving date. Crypto Rover here also reminding us of this. 32 days left before the Bitcoin supply shock starts. So that's the other thing, okay? Supply shock. Once the halving occurs, we tend to see a supply shock because the reward for Bitcoin goes down by half. And I don't know if Crypto Rover's from the future here. When he posted this, it said 32 days, 19 hours, 59 minutes, and 8 seconds. And I've got the live one up here, and it says 23 hours. So I don't know if it's because he's in a different time zone or whatever. Nevertheless, that shouldn't matter. Yeah, that shouldn't matter. I don't understand why his is less, even though he posted this screen grab yesterday afternoon at 4:34 p.m. on March the 16th. But about 32 days left. Now, that halving date does change. So April 16th, 2024, I've heard April 22nd, April 26th. And that date is going to change just depending on how much activity we're seeing on the Bitcoin blockchain. So, guys, we have not even gotten into the halving period yet, and we're seeing Bitcoin retrace, the altcoins going down along with Bitcoin. But again, par for the course. This is not even that big of a retracement. We have seen it go down about 12.5%. Yesterday, I think it was down only 11%. Now it's back up, okay, only down about 9.53% since the time of this recording. So guys, a good opportunity to cost average into some more altcoins, maybe some altcoins that you've already purchased. I know some of the altcoins in the $10,000 plus portfolio are below what I paid for them. So maybe a good time to check that out. If you guys are interested to see what I'm trading, it's at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. And it is only $5 a month. I've kept it relatively affordable so you guys can, for this exact reason, so you guys can follow me throughout, because we're going to see ups and downs. And I'm keeping all my Patreon subscribers updated as to what's going on with my particular portfolio. And I do have a lot more interesting updates planned in the weeks and months to come. So Bitcoin down 9.53%. XRP, that is down too. So now we're trading in and around this same zone, back down in and around here at around 61 cents, give or take. Let me just bring up the price tool. And we are, 61 cents. So all these gains were lost, 74 cents, a thing of the past, but not for long. Eventually, we will continue rallying. Remember, guys, the crypto market is finally going through a bit of a correction after a tremendous run. So we can't always go up without that correction. And I feel like that is what we had been seeing for Bitcoin for the last little while here. It was pretty much since, let's call it since. Now, even these corrections weren't necessarily as deep as what we were seeing today. Actually, this one was. So maybe at the beginning of January, that was the last one where we saw Bitcoin go from 49,000, dip back down to 38. If I were to calculate that, the measured move would be about, 21%. So We have not felt this over the last 2 months now, and now we're feeling it again. So, it's easy to forget. Moon Lambo also commenting that he goes, I know XRP is also down as a result, but personally, I'm very excited to see XRP hit new highs this market cycle now that it's no longer in shackles due to the SEC lawsuit. So, guys, we have lots of things to look forward to. I don't know what will happen to the price of XRP, and I'm not so bold as to make a price prediction. No price prediction action is guaranteed. But if we're going to have a full-blown alt season, which we generally do, by the way, it doesn't make sense to me that XRP wouldn't participate. My suspicion is that when the cycle is over, we'll look back and be very satisfied with the results. And I tend to agree. I think, the theory goes as such. XRP was held down by the SEC lawsuit in the last run, and now that we do not we do not have those same conditions affecting XRP, this price, I think we're going to see at least all-time high, at least. I mean, we got so close to all-time high in the last bull run, and that was with most American exchanges not listing XRP. It was only 40% off its all-time high, and that was with most American exchanges not listing it. So now that the exchanges are relisting XRP, I think, as Moon Lambo says here, we're going to look back and be very satisfied with the results. Something else here that I wanted to bring up for you guys. From Rect Capital, in 3 days, Bitcoin will officially enter the danger zone, the orange, where historical pre-halving retraces have begun. Historically, Bitcoin has performed pre-halving retraces 14 to 28 days before the halving. So giving us some statistics here, in 2020, this retrace was about a 20% correction. In 2016, it was a 40% correction. Currently, Bitcoin is 31 days away from the halving and has pulled back 11% this week. So even if we did see 20%, guys, be prepared for this because it gets scary. Let me tell you. If this is your first rodeo, it does get scary. Let's think about this for a second. We're only a few days in, okay? The retracement started on March the 14th, and if we go down, let's call it 20%, it would make sense for it to come back down in around here, this level that we saw back on March the 5th, and that would be 19.74%. That would be $59,000 per coin. So if we came back down in here, think of how scared a lot of these retail traders would be. But, according to history, this is par for the course before trudging up to make new highs. So pre-halving event, pre-halving retraces, this is a zone that we have to pay close attention to before that euphoria phase. We saw it back in 2016 and 2020 as well. Be cautious, guys, and make sure you load up on your cryptocurrency positions. Again, not financial advice, but you can see what I'm trading at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. Again, some of these coins are under the prices that I purchased them at. So if you're interested, you can follow me over there. So are we going to see real-world utility coinciding with this bull run, guys? Another journal article just came out from the Indian Institution of Management, okay? Blockchain and Finance says Ripple holds several large Indian banks as customers, and Ripple's been partnered with India for a while now. Note, it does not distinguish, though, between Ripple payments and users that are actually just using XRP or ODL. Specifically, this article says, more generally, the entire area of cross-border payments with its legacy systems, long chain of correspondent banks, and attendant fees, delays, and unreliability is an attractive target for blockchain technology. And then they use the example of Ripple here. Ripple is a blockchain solution to this problem and boasts an impressive list of customers, including several large. Well, we know Ripple did have 50% of India back in 2018. I believe that number is north of 75% today, maybe even 80%, to the point where in another report recently, somebody was stating that Ripple and XRP are actually household names in India. It's being used so much over there already. So in South Asia, we're already seeing this XRP utility thrive, where a lot of these pain points for payments are already being resolved. So wanted to thank the Wrath of Kahneman for posting that. Another clip here, guys, courtesy of Sento Sumo Saba. 4 days ago, Daniel Ayala, former Citibank, Bank of America, and Wells Fargo Global Remittance VP, commented on Ripple's rails and cryptocurrency. So we're seeing how it's slowly getting adopted in the United States. Listen to this.
Fintechs, should they integrate with existing local payment infrastructure or start a new rail, right? That's the timeless, basically a closed loop or an open loop system. I think there's probably a lot of differing opinions on that.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that was the promise of blockchain companies like Ripple, right? That was what they were aiming to do when they started. And because of the times with crypto last year, I think things kind of slowed down for those types of efforts. But there's still a greenfield opportunity for fintechs to get into that space. And I don't think there's a clear lead right now. there's a significant opportunity. It'll take deep pockets and probably a bit of engagement between banks and large corporates to make the push and make the effort to make it happen.
So more and more now, I'm thinking the SEC Ripple lawsuit was a contrived event to keep Ripple back. They were moving so fast. They were so successful between, let's call it 2014 and 2019, that, they needed to be slowed down. And as you can hear from this clip, there is no clear lead right now. Ripple is still definitely in the game, but they are not going to dominate the banking sector. There are so many other players involved. But you know what? It's okay. These symbiotic relationships are growing, and what we really want is an environment, especially in the United States, where blockchain technology, DLT technology can thrive, and all these players can get their piece of the pie, can get their share, and all the crypto utility coins will be driven by actual value as more utility takes place. So just another synopsis here from some bankers, American bankers specifically. So wanted to thank Crypto Eddie here for pointing that out. But it's not just banks, guys. It's not just cross-border remittances. Of course, the XRP ledger has been built for many different kinds of applications. So I happen to see this from XRP Crypto Wolf. A new Zao sidechain is shipping a new feature with a major release. Zao ships a groundbreaking new feature in this latest release. The innovative XRP ledger sidechain project is now moving, signaling a significant step forward in the evolution of its infrastructure. The Zao network's mainnet version was launched in October of 2023, but guys, now it has been upgraded with the new Zao 2024.3.12 release, okay? So that is the plus 790. That ships as the XLS 55D, okay? Remit atomic multi-asset payments for the XRPL protocol chains. And Vitsvin here did initially announce the release. Zao D build 790 has been shipping XLS 55 remit. You can read more about it here. Remit is a new payment transactor that allows the sender to send multiple currencies and tokens atomically to a specified destination. It is pushing payments that delivers no matter what and is designed for retail and hooks use cases. So delivers no matter what, guys. Value on the blockchain, value through DLT technology. The tokenization of assets, it is designed to be used with hooks. So another project here, another update for the Zao interface on the XRPL protocol, allowing for what looks like atomic and batch transactions. So I will link this in the description if you guys want to read more. Again, I'm not terribly interested in the nitty gritty and the nuances of the tech. However, I know some of you guys are. You're here for the utility. I'm here for the money, personally. But anyway, we're all here for our different reasons. Wanted to thank XRP Crypto Wolf for posting that. This is not the first time we've heard this, guys. Again, Russian finance minister says the BRICS group of nations can now eventually flip the switch to a new payment system based on digital currencies and use blockchain. So this just came out too yesterday. The Russian finance minister has come out and said that now BRICS countries are developing a strategy to deal with the risks to the global economy that have emerged as a result of large debt and budget deficits in Western countries. So the BRICS group of nations can eventually switch to a new payment system based on digital currencies and or blockchain. And guys, this is imminent, okay? As part of the BRICS framework, this is a quote. Work is being done to develop the contingent reserve arrangement mechanism. As regards the use of monetary units alternative to the US dollar, we could talk in the future about an independent, depoliticized payment system that would be based on the latest technologies, such as digital currencies and blockchain. This is what the Russian finance minister said in an interview. So on Monday, Russian President Vladimir Putin signed the new law authorizing the use of digital financial assets in international settlements, meaning that now digital financial assets, digital rights of use, and digital rights that include these two instruments can now be used as a means of payment for imports and exports specifically. So not just for payments, but the tokenization of other commodities, perhaps using blockchain technology for several different applications. I mean, we're going through the SEPA migration right now, the ISO 20022 integration that was postponed back in October. They said it was going to be postponed till this weekend. And guys, it is occurring now, finishing up tomorrow. I just did a video on that yesterday, which I will link up here in the top right-hand corner. So what are we to expect? Smoke here also mentioning this, okay, the CEO of Swiss Euro Clearing Bank. Okay, he talks about SEPA in this release. Recent dynamic developments like Ripple are pushing to establish themselves in the market. So with regards to the SEPA migration, because this article does talk about SEPA and how it is completed and the concerns that problems could arise in some countries because market participants would not migrate in the time period suggested. Well, earlier in the article, he does mention recent dynamic developments like Ripple are publishing to establish themselves in the market. Non-banking entities, payment service providers are also reaching for a piece of the payment traffic pie. So regardless of when this was from, they realized that, the ISO 20022 integration is using DLT technology, considering Ripple was one of the prominent players, probably the most prevalent player in the space for all these worldwide banks to integrate with. I mean, they do have the most central banking partners on planet Earth. It would only make sense to highlight them in this article. Well, now we're seeing it happen, guys. SEPA migration happening in the EU, and the CEO of the Swiss Euro Clearing Bank, Roland Boff, he even came out discussing Ripple in this paper specifically. So wanted to thank Smoke for bringing that up. Guys, we're getting to a tipping point. The EU, Russia, the BRICS countries, I mean, much of the globe is already transitioning to a new financial system. A new financial framework is in the works. And so will the US be left behind? Is this election going to be pivotal? I personally think it is. First, I wanted to mention this, though, from DJ Peter Vass. I don't know if you guys caught this yesterday. Circle is discussing the prospect of bringing their USDC coin on the XRP ledger as well. So this could, in fact, change the game a little bit. The XRP ledger remains one of the most robust blockchain infrastructures, boasting low transaction fees and ample security that have attracted multiple projects. And now Circle is looking to join. Circle is currently working with Stellar, from what I understand. But check this out down here. Circle's response from Panos Makras, okay? He did talk about using USDC or EURC, EURC, to new chains. Circle is where we bring USDC natively on chain. At this point, I do not have anything to share with regards to any plans. That was a message there with regards to Circle. Makras emphasized, though, in his email that the introduction of USDC and EURC or EURC on the XRP ledger would be beneficial to his project, and Circle did acknowledge its readiness to extend support for USDC and EURC on more blockchains, so nothing official, and it's not like they need Ripple's permission to run on the blockchain, so it's really kind of up to the developers at this point in time. However, the firm noted that there is no information on plans for bringing both stablecoins to the XRP ledger. They did stress that conversations surrounding the potential support for the XRPL could be had with Ripple Labs. Well, at least it's a bug in their ear, and maybe if they get more encouragement to join the XRP ledger, maybe they will issue USDC over the XRPL. Again, I think there's going to be more impetus to do this, considering the US is being left behind, but will it be for long? Can the US afford to be left behind? Recent Trump interview regarding crypto. You guys remember Trump was recently interviewed, I think it was last week. Well, here's Real XRP Boy putting some connections together. Do you remember this? Okay, this was from back in 2019 in response to a question about the administration's take on Ripple. This is when Corey Johnson worked for Ripple, okay? He was the chief strategist there for a little bit of time, and then Ripple did remove that position. He did leave on positive terms. At that time, though, he said Ripple had discussions with the Trump administration. In response to a question about the administration's take on Ripple, Johnson told Breaker that the White House is doing an impressive amount of research on crypto at large. So at that time, during Trump's reign between 2016 and 2020, there were lots of talks regarding cryptocurrency, and a representative from Ripple, namely Corey Johnson, had made those claims, okay? Again, this is another one from 2020. August 28th, 2020. Records reveal Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse met with senior Trump administration officials in 2019. Brad Garlinghouse met with Special Assistant to the President Caroline Moore on September the 26th and October the 3rd of 2018. The documents were unearthed by XRP enthusiasts, so we did find that information way back then. So it is on the record, guys. Now, when you think about that in conjunction with Trump's recent interview on CNBC, well, maybe it's all coming together.
Just wanted to ask you about something very specific for regulation, and that is Bitcoin. And I have in the past, I don't know if you recall, but I said, you got to look at this closely, Mr. President. And the current SEC commissioner, Gary Gensler, finally allowed for these spot ETFs. And now we see Bitcoin at almost 72,000. But it's almost as if it's in spite of some of the efforts over regulation of maybe the Biden administration. Do you have any thoughts now on crypto?
Well, it's taken its own life. I do little things sometimes for fun and, make money with it, but I have fun with it too.
You mean
NFTs,
you bought Bitcoin?
No, but I sometimes will let people pay through Bitcoin, or will let people get involved in a new, if you think of it, it's an additional form of currency. And I used to say, I want one currency. I want the dollar. I don't want people leaving the dollar. And I feel that way. But I will tell you, it has taken on a life.
I played this interview in a video I did last week, so I will link the clip in the description, but I do want to remind you guys Donald Trump and how he feels about cryptocurrency. Now he's delved in to the crypto community. He understands crypto. He realizes Bitcoin is an additional form of crypto. Could that mean if he takes office again in 2025? Just going back to Corey Johnson for a second now, remember when he met with Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau back in 2018? And when he said, I'll say it again, this matters, meaning the relationships, right? So take a look at this. From the Bank of Canada, I mean, we already know this. We already know there is a partnership with Ripple and the Bank of Canada. But there was a briefing on digital currencies way back in April of 2014, where they also mention Ripple, finally, another cryptocurrency called the Ripple. Again, at that time, they did not have, it wasn't clear whether it was called XRP or Ripple. So in this document, they're calling it the Ripple, is a good example of how quickly e-money is developing and how fluid the concepts and definitions are. Guys, remember, this is from the Bank of Canada, the Federal Reserve of Canada. The Ripple is based on technology similar to Bitcoin and then is often referred to as a cryptocurrency. However, it is controlled by a third party, Ripple Labs, which issues the currency in Bitcoin parlance. The Ripple is pre-mined, so they got their information a little mixed up here. Importantly, though, Ripple Labs refers to Ripple as a payment system, currency exchange, and remittance network, rather than money as in general accepted means of payment. This payment system is meant to allow users to trade a range of currencies, including other cryptocurrencies, remit money, etc., making it more of an e-payment system than e-money, strictly speaking. So Canada here, the United States being their biggest trading partner, already running on Ripple. We've got Donald Trump now cozy with the concept of cryptocurrencies. And think about it, guys, Ripple has already done their due diligence. Could we see this happen under a new Trump administration? The rest of the world is already integrating. There's just one country left to integrate with RippleNet, leveraging XRP for utility. That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.